Ramen never gets old. The world will literally stand in front of you every step of the way to keep you from getting things done when you're a procrastinator like me. But here's the thing. In order to film this video, I was 1, way too hangry, so I needed to eat something, which you've seen. 2, I needed to chase my dog. Hold please. I had to eat, I had to update the app on the camera, I had to chase the dog down so she's not chasing the neighbors with the ball outside that you might be able to hear. I had to change my shirt because I got too hot sitting here while I was eating. I mean, everything that can get in the way will get in the way if you let it. But if there's anything that I've been better at over the last, let's say, year or two, it's not getting so worked up over those things and just creating 3 small habits every day that allow me to feel better about the progress that I make. And hopefully these tips can help you out as well, because really this is also just a reminder for me, documenting my life, to come back to this and get my head out of my own you know what. But let's get into it. My entire life I've been a procrastinator. As I'm looking at this bag of potting soil below me, that needs to be distributed, used, put to use, whatever you want to call it, or the project car that you might have seen on my other channel where I talk about my car stuff. There's just countless opportunities for me to procrastinate. The older I get, the more it seems like my procrastination is going to get the best of me no matter what. Even with this YouTube channel, I've wanted to upload videos regularly for forever. I work in the content space, so focusing on my own stuff is a little bit more difficult than maybe the average person, because you just kind of need to have a balance in life. And I struggle to find that when I'm creating content for work, or working with a team of people and creating content for work, I should say, and creating content for myself. So this year, I plan on doing more for myself than I do for others. Sorry in advance to anybody that offends. But as I've gotten older, I find myself questioning whether I should even go down this path at this point in my life. And one thing that's been working well the last couple of months, and I haven't been good about prior to the last couple of months. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, am I too old to start something new? Or everyone that's successful started doing it in their 20s or 30s or 40s. Well, I'm about to show you why thinking that way is absolutely wrong. This video is just another example of how procrastination can get the best of me, and I'm sure that you can relate. But the truth is, some of the most successful people in this world started well after age 30, 35, 40, even beyond. But even though we know these stories happen, it's still not enough, is it? We still procrastinate, we still put things off. But let's talk about why, and more importantly, how we can get over that. To me, procrastination is not about laziness. It's really more about emotion. And when we procrastinate and we're not managing our time, we're trying to manage our feelings more than anything. I'm saying this because I've spent the last nearly a year dealing with depression of some sort. And it's tough. But I think that, like anything that you work on, you just need the right tools to get past a lot of the things. And a lot of us are not equipped with those tools. So for me, like, sharing this hopefully will also help you understand this is how I deal with something, and maybe it works for you. But more likely than not, you're going to be able to take whatever you get from this and turn it into your own variation. And I think that's one of the major keys to giving ourselves the tools that we need to handle our business. Fear of failure, perfectionism, the feeling of being overwhelmed. These are all the real culprits behind procrastination. This is where a daily task list comes in, but not just any task list. We're going to do this differently than probably what you might see on some of these other die-hard hustle culture videos that are out there. Here's a system that I use that I think you should try. Every evening, morning, however you want to do it. I personally prefer the mornings because I'm an early riser. I write down the tasks for the day ahead. A lot of people will suggest trying to do this every evening for the task for the following day. It's up to you. Test it out, see what works for you. So let's say we're going to do these tasks for tomorrow. You're going to start with 3 tasks. We're going to make these really, really small and specific. For me, I drink lemon water every morning. It's something that I can do easily. It's a task, but if I'm not consistent with it, I don't feel good about myself. A second one for me might be journaling. And the last one, because I'm trying to lose some weight this year, might be eat a salad. You might be asking why I'm suggesting ridiculously easy tasks, and that's a great question. The reason why is because, for me, this is about building credibility with yourself. For every task that I put down and mark off, I subconsciously and consciously give myself a little bit more credibility throughout the day. Now, the reason why I suggest starting with 3 is because it can be overwhelming if you put 5 on there, 7 on there, 10 on there, and then you don't get them done. It's okay to not finish things that are on your to-do list. It is okay to not finish things on your to-do list. Note to self, somebody, me the editor, needs to add note to self below there. But seriously, don't stress out about it. You just got to continue on and move forward with it. But the key is, every time you check off one of the things from your list, you give yourself a little bit of credibility, and then you build up to being able to accomplish more and more tasks over time on your list. And in theory, hopefully the basics, which sometimes they have to be put back on the list because you forget them, but the basics like lemon water for me, I slip up, I fall off course, off track, and then I've got to go back and start over. So lemon water goes right back on my list. Over time, these small wins compound, and you're not just completing tasks, you're building a track record for yourself. And that's kind of when the magic starts to happen. You start to take on bigger goals, you start to be more consistent in the things that you want to get done on a regular basis, and all of a sudden, if you're like me, you've got 3 YouTube channels that you've been consistently uploading to, give or take, and one of them's starting to do pretty well. When the goal for me was really to just practice editing, practice talking to camera, and putting myself out there. So let me ask you, what are you going to start today? Let's just do it. Let's do it together. We'll build some self-trust together, and we'll see each other in 60, 90 days to check in and see how we're doing. Drop a comment below with your first 3 tasks, and let's build a community around this, and let's make this happen for ourselves. If you found this helpful at all, hit that subscribe button, tap that bell for notifications, and let's keep each other accountable. We're just getting started, and trust me, it's not too late for any of us to make these dreams come true. I'll catch you in the next video.